I've spent the past few weeks thinking about what I was going to do for this video. Um, I contemplated doing like some kind of montage with previous episodes and maybe using some copyrighted music to make it seem cooler than it really was. But then I decided that that would be like way too much work and not particularly cool because I know the limits of my editing capabilities. I am trash. But then I kept thinking about it because I was like, I have to live up to the hype of episode 100. And so the second big idea I had was to do an any percent speedrun of the whole game. I'd been watching some YouTube videos of it, and I was pretty interested in it, but that has a lot of problems. I mean, it's one thing doing a 1-4 speedrun where like you just have to learn how to coin punch and then like schmoove a bit, but for any percent you have to learn a lot of tech. Like you have to learn, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but you have to learn that tech where you can like send yourself through like doors before the enemies spawn, and so then you skip it. And on top of that, it's a long ass game. Like that's a lot of stuff to memorize, and I don't really have the time right now. Maybe when episode 200 comes out, that should be pretty close to Christmas break, so maybe I'll have had the time to practice something like that by then. But for now, it was just pretty untenable, and also it's completely unrelated to like the content that I've been making on this channel, and so I thought that wouldn't particularly suit an episode 100 either. Not that I'm against doing it ever though. Um, but because of all that, I decided that I would just record some Cybergrind attempts, and basically until I got one that I was okay with, one that wasn't terrible and makes it a decent distance so that I'd have time to say everything I want to say. And then I wrote a script. I have not been following it. I've been using it as like Spark Notes, but that's what I really wanted it for. I wanted to make sure that I would stay on track and be able to collect my thoughts and not just get completely lost. Because I mean that's just what happens when I'm recording. I ramble and I have no form of consistency. So that's the prelude. Now I'm gonna get to what I really wanted to talk about the whole time. So I'm probably gonna actually follow the script for this. But when I started making these videos, I was really doing it because I thought making myself do something fun every day, no matter what, would just make me a bit happier. I can say that without a doubt this series has improved my mental health in more ways than I could have possibly predicted at the time. I don't really want to make this video about like how I was feeling at the time because I want this to be like a celebration, and I don't want this to be like a depressing video. Um, but I mean, like realistically, well, we'll talk about it later, but like even like right before I filmed this video is not the worst it's been, but I needed something to make me happy. And I thought that this would maybe be something that could do that. And I mean, I was correct. I've completely gone off script again, but I mean, I can't. I feel like following a script is so tough. I just want to talk, you know? But I also want to say that like while this has helped me like a shit ton, and like I yeah, it has objectively, but that doesn't mean it's like the right solution for everyone. I also think this is like a pretty stupid solution. Like I have avoided going to therapy and I'm doing this instead. Sorry, I should have brought water. I should have known I'm talking too much. But like you got to do what works for you, and in a big way this works for me. Like I really enjoy making these videos. It's a good creative outlet on the ones where I decide I have the time and I want to edit them, and then I also just have a place to vent and a place to talk to people. Because when I was in Japan when I started this, like I mean it's pretty difficult staying in touch with people with the time difference between the States and Japan, and like I was going for days without talking to anyone like other than like small talk with a classmate or um, the professor every once in a while. So I was pretty damn lonely. So I think this definitely helped a lot with that, which helps with everything else. I think personally, I don't like being alone for too long. I enjoy my privacy and I enjoy my silence, but I can't do it for too long. But part of like what made this help so much for me personally is that like setting this bar like that I would do this every day. I mean, it's not a very high bar. This takes me like maybe 20 to 30 minutes max every day. If you include the amount of time it takes these damn videos to upload, it's a lot longer than that. But it helped me like regain my faith in my ability to function as a human being to a certain extent. Like I had a this is what I was talking about when I said we'd talk about it later, but I had a really hard time in my freshman year of college. There were like weeks where I would only get out of bed for like food and like going to the bathroom. Like I'd get hungry eventually. Um, Damn, I really said I don't want to make this depressing, and then I wrote like an entire paragraph about this. Um, but yeah, we're gonna skip most of that. I don't want to talk about this. But like when I started making these videos, I was still nowhere near that level. Like I, I I've never had it that bad again, and like so far, and I hope I never do. But like right now, I'm doing like probably the best I've been doing since I got into college. Like I'm doing I'm doing infinitely better than I was when I started, and when I started I was doing infinitely better than where I was freshman year. So this is I don't really want to talk about this anymore because like I said, this is supposed to be a celebration of 100 days. So I'm just gonna say like thank you so much for everybody who's been watching. I mean, Jules Tasty Lasagna and Pexy777, you guys have been watching for so damn long and with some unfathomable consistency. I'm always happy to see you guys, but also like I said before, this is not a hostage situation. Feel free to stop watching whenever you want. I understand my content is not particularly high quality or engaging. It's really just some slop I make. So feel free to stop commenting one day or today. But I do want to say thank you because knowing that somebody is watching does make it feel more worthwhile. Um, I'm also sorry if this extremely tame video did not live up to the hype of episode 100, but this is what I thought would be best because I think it's been a while since we've had like an actually remotely serious talk. I think me talking about loneliness like a couple months ago, or I don't even remember how long ago, was the last time we talked about anything real. So yeah. So thanks again if anyone watched this whole thing through. I mean, holy shit. I'm now going to leave you with my favorite bit I've done on this channel so far, and a new PB. I'm still not going to upload this one to speedrun.com because I'm waiting until I pass a certain goal of mine. But, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bomb is shaped like a deer.